Yeah, let's talk about the Pepsi star, Cale Makar.
Cale Makar, that's right. Okay, I forgot about him. Yeah, I don't even know anymore. He is so good. He's definitely the best defenseman in the world now. Like there may maybe discussions about is Hedman's still better than him. I think this proved it. He went head to head against him, dominated him. Won literally the Norris Conn Smythe in the Cup. One of the only defensemen to do that, and he's 23. He's literally our age, which is kind of whack.
What else can you say about Cale Makar? Led the team in points in playoffs as a defenseman with McKinnon and Rantanen on your team. 29 points in 20 games with 8 goals and a +7, playing against the best competition throughout the entire playoffs. Averages 27 minutes a night. He's now in elite company, one of only 3 defensemen to have won a Norris and a Conn Smythe in the same year. You shared that tweet with me. Lindstrom and Bobby Orr. Like, that's some ridiculous company.
Pretty good.
He has... Well, here's a crazy list for you as well. The most points by a defenseman in one season since 1990 to 1991, which includes playoffs. First is Ray Bourque, 119 in 91. Then Leach did it twice with 117 and 113.
Wow.
And then Cale Makar with 110 points this year.
Jesus.
Imagine being 23 years old in company with Lindstrom or Bourque, Leach, maybe 4 of the top best defensemen ever to play.
Offensively, absolutely.
Yeah. He is already in the conversation, I think, of probably being one of the top 20 defensemen to ever play the game, even if he retires today. That might sound crazy, but listen to this. At the age of 23, he's won a Hobie Baker. He's won an NCAA championship, I think.
I don't know. I don't follow college hockey, but I wouldn't be surprised.
If that's wrong, even if he didn't. He's won a Calder, he's won a Norris, he's won a Conn Smythe, which I think is the hardest trophy to win in hockey because 99% of the time, you have to win the cup as well, and you have to be the best player on the cup-winning team. He's won a Stanley Cup. He's averaged over a point per game in his entire career, which has only been like, 3-ish seasons now, or 4?
Parts of 3.
Is ridiculous. If he continues this and adds maybe 1 or 2 more cups, a couple more Norrises, which is probably expected at this point, the dude might honestly be one of the, if not the best defenseman of all time.
One of, for sure.
Yeah.
I think if he retired today, he'd probably have a good bid for the Hall of Fame at 23.
Which is insane to me. Like, probably not the best defenseman of all time. Bobby Orr is going to be that forever. But I know people are gung-ho once they see a dude pop off in the playoffs, but I think this is different. Like, the accolades.
He's great.
The accolades this guy has at 23 are accolades that put together a Hall of Fame career after 15 seasons, like you said.
Yeah, for sure. He's the best. He's going to be the best for like the next 10 years. Mm-hmm. I wonder if over the next 10 years, really quickly right now, if I set the over-under on Norris's for the next 10, or the rest of his career, I don't know how long it's going to be. The rest of his career at 4.5.
4.5 is high. Because it takes
at least 10 years.
If you're guaranteeing me no injuries. He's healthy for 10 years.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I think four more or 4 total.
4.5 over the rest of his career is the line.
That's tough.
It's high.
That's tough, but it's doable. I think he should be favorited to have at least 2 more Norrises throughout his entire career.
It's probably going to be the thing where you talked about it a lot, and it's true. He can be the best defenseman for 7 of the next 10 years, but he won't win the Norris every year because there's going to be a Roman Josi who maybe wins. There's going to be an Adam Fox who's still very good, who's going to have a season or 2 every once in a while that beats Makar. But the fact that the line that I didn't come up with the 4.5. I've heard that elsewhere. The fact that that's even something that exists for a Norris trophy is
at the age of 23.
Yeah,
at the age of 23.
Incredible.
I think this playoff run, I think, did 2 things. Number one, I think, like you said, it ends the debate of the best defenseman in the league because even I'll admit, I didn't know if I was a GM going into a playoff run if I wanted Victor Hedman or Cale Makar. Now, I mean, the answer is clear. No disrespect to Victor Hedman. Victor Hedman is one of the best defensemen of our generation, but Cale Makar is playing a level of hockey that I don't think we've seen in a very long time from a defenseman.
It's like Erik Karlsson was the last guy to do it, and I think he's going to be better than Karlsson.
Yep, and so you just read my mind. This segues perfectly into the second thing that I think this playoffs has done. For the first time, I think, since Prime Karlsson in the early 2010s, 2015s, when it was like Crosby, Ovechkin, Karlsson as 1, 2, and 3 in the league.
Arguably, yeah.
I think the top 4 best players in the world now have a defenseman in it.
Oh, and the two of them play on the same team.
which is crazy. I remember before when we ranked our top five, we were both McDavid, McKinnon, Matthews, in no order, just these guys. Then we would go Draisaitl, and then the fifth one was up for debate. We had like a Marchand or a Kucherov in there.
Yeah.
Cale Makar is without a doubt.
He's got to be close to there. In that top 5, close to top 3.
Oh, for sure. I have McDavid at 1 for sure, and then 2 to 4 is McKinnon, Matthews, Makar, and that order isn't the order I think. It's just I don't know how to rank those three.
Yeah.
Blows my mind that a guy 23 years old, especially with the offensive production that's in this league right now, is a top 4 player in the league, but good for him.
Yeah. He's going to be underpaid next year at 9.5.
Which is crazy. When he signed that $9.5 million deal, I thought it was going to be an underpay, but now, like, if he was a free agent this year, what would he make? Like 12?
Oh, if they weren't restrained by the cap, like if teams could spend truly what he was valued at, yeah.
I'm even saying if he didn't take a discount with Colorado, went to the open market like a Philly, would they throw him like $13 million over 8 years?
I think there will be a team that does it. Yeah, he's definitely worth it. I'm not saying he's not worth it. It's just building a team with now you have $70 million to build up the rest of your team, but at least pay 3 guys $30 million. So who might even talk? But yeah, he'd be worth it. He'd definitely be worth that and more possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of recent signings, let's move on now to a trade. Actually, we have some trade talk, but that means we're definitely heading towards a draft into the offseason.
This is your boy.
Yeah, my boy. He actually has been my boy for a few years. Kevin Fiala gets traded to the Kings for a first and defensive prospect. Can't remember his first name, but last name's Farber. I'm pretty sure he's a captain of an NCAA team. I'm gonna let you take the lead because this is something you talk about a lot, and I actually really agree with you in this instance that you have a bit about trading younger players and assets for guys who are legitimate finished products you know you're gonna get, and this is an example of that.
Oh, it's without a doubt an example of that. Before we get into that, what you're going to get with Kevin Fiala. Like you said, he's basically William Nylander. If you look at his overall stats, he's got a 90 projected WAR, expected value of offense is in the 93rd percentile. He's one of the prime finishers in the league with a goals per 60 in the 97th percentile. He just doesn't play defense.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content. And find the link to our full podcast and all our socials in the description down below.
Also, don't forget to turn on those notifications to get live updates on new videos that we release.